Ben Simmons, Game 7. How do you guys feel about this? I would love to start off with Scrub, but I want him for the last. I want you guys' perspective first. Go ahead, Rome. Tell me how you felt about Ben Simmons Game 7.
Man, all right. So I had a hot take at first, man, but I had to dial it back just a little bit before I came on the show. But what I felt was that Ben Simmons was the most overrated player in all of sports. But I'm gonna dial that back just a little bit. Maybe not all of sports. Definitely the NBA though. Definitely NBA. What I hear Scruff and Philly fans and people talk about Ben Simmons, I think that he's this great player. Like when I watch him play though, when I watch him, I just see a guy who's scared to step up when it's time to step up. Like that dunk that he didn't take. Oh my goodness, bro. Like I don't know. I don't know what we're doing with Ben Simmons. I don't know what we're supposed to expect out of Ben Simmons at this point, but I think we know what we should expect.
Okay, okay. Go ahead. Well, I personally, I went. Well, I leave it off before Nick talk. But go ahead. Go ahead, T. Tell me how you feel about Ben Simmons during Game 7.
I mean, he said Ben Simmons the only one afraid to shoot in Philly. He let the whole state property down. He let the city down. But I think ain't he Australian or something? You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, Ben Simmons, he's still a high level guy. What is he? 24. He's young. I mean, if Lonzo Ball can change his shot over the course of a season, Ben Simmons can become a capable shooter. He might not be the next Reggie Miller or Rashard Evans, but he can become a competent shooter in the course of 2 months, 3 months. I've seen it happen in sports and basketball, I mean, and all the time. So I don't love Ben Simmons, but what I do know is if your only flaw as a basketball player is shooting, you'll be fine if you work and develop the jump shot. You know what I'm saying? You just have to work at it. But
Okay,
I
question.
mean, huh?
Question.
Go ahead.
Will Ben Simmons work at it though? Like, do you believe that that will happen with Ben Simmons?
I mean, he's 24, and to be perfectly honest with you, right, outside of his free throw percentage, I still feel like he could shoot the ball relatively, like decently enough to take shots in the game. He doesn't take shots, so we don't know. But I think if he took shots in the game and just made people play honest, I think it's an issue of coaching. I think it's an issue of whoever's in his camp, and an issue of him. And Ben Simmons himself has to say, I want to shoot. I let Lonzo be better. Yeah, Ben Simmons himself really just has to make that, you know what I'm saying, that change his mindset to say, I'm going to be a shooter. You know what I'm saying? That's all it really is. His mechanics aren't the worst in the league. His mechanics are better than Giannis. That's
But
and, and that's
that's my problem with Ben Simmons is it's the mindset. It's the
yeah.
mindset. Like you have to want it, and I don't know if he wants it, and I don't know if that's as easy to fix as everything that you're alluding to. I hear you with the shot, but
Well, I mean, he's
he's gotta
24.
want it. He's got to get the confidence.
I
He's
mean,
24. You don't
he's
have the
24.
confidence at 24. You're supposed to get it when he's 30.
I mean, you might get it at 25. You might get it at 26. I mean, I think the fact that teams haven't, like the coaches haven't been forcing the guy to shoot the ball. Like you have to, like if I was Doc Rivers, right? If I'm on that team, I'm saying, Ben Simmons, you have to take 4 to 6 jump shots a game. I don't care if you miss all 4. I don't care if you miss all 6, because the reality is you're not going to miss all 6 every single game. And you just have to keep people honest. But to be scared, to go out there and be scared, to not want the ball in your hands, to pass up open shots, that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? But that's
But
fixable stuff. It's
but
fixable.
isn't that Doc Rivers' fault? Because the last coach, the reason why we knocked him is because he never forced Ben Simmons to shoot. But wasn't that Doc Rivers' job to do this year to make Ben Simmons shoot? We all seen those YouTube clips, those Instagram Vine moments, whatever. We seen Ben Simmons in practice. The man looks like Jordan. He looks crazy. He looks amazing. He looks like he could handle the rock, could throw it. But come game time, scared man.
Nah, Ben Simmons is fine, man. At 24, I know I've even said his trade value has dropped, and it has dropped, right? But I guarantee you, if they say Ben Simmons is on the market, teams are going to be building up packages to get Simmons over to their squad because he's still a high level defender. He's still an elite passer. Yeah. So it's
So
something you can
you
build
so,
on.
so you saying he's a young Rudy Gobert?
No. That's a totally different position. That's a totally different position. What I'm saying
But that's
is
what we're
he's
saying
like
because
he's like he's like a poor man's Rondo. He's like a Walmart Rondo.
Oh,
Like a
Man,
Costco.
y'all,
yo, yo,
He's a Costco Rondo.
he does this masterful
okay.
job of building somebody up and then calling him a Walmart version of Rondo.
man.
Rondo has won rings, and that's Ben Simmons' role, right? Because he's never going to be a dominant scorer. He just doesn't have the mentality for that. So he will help a team by playing defense and facilitating, and that's what you would get in a trade.
Well,
And
I
he can't be
mean,
a power forward. I think he is a power forward. I said that when he came to the league. He's playing out of position, but the way the league has changed, he can't be a power forward because he can't stretch the floor. If your power forward can't shoot a jump shot these days, you can't play him.
I mean, power
all
forward, point
right.
guard, no matter where you want to put him, man. The few things that really were problematic for me, you know what I'm saying? And it was the fourth quarters, you know what I'm saying? I understand it's a chain of reactions, right? You start getting hacked, you start being scared to have the ball in your hands, right? And then you can't finish them shots at the free throw line. Now we got some type of super duper fear going on. So we already know that's the first thing. There's a lot of things wrong, right, with Ben Simmons, right? But the first thing is right here between the head. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened? Because actually, I was actually looking back old tape of summer league Ben Simmons before when he was a rookie, and he was actually shooting jumpers. You know, he was shooting a little mid range. He was willing to experiment and play a little bit more loose. And, you know, I feel like he just been more focused on that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things wrong with Ben Simmons. The mechanics is one thing. I mean, we've heard rumbles about the work ethic. You know, I heard a rumor that they had a game in Miami last year. They got blown out. The whole team went back, and he stayed. So, you know, that's problematic. I don't know if he's putting in the time in the gym like he should be. I don't know if he got this thing right up here. So, like, if I'm Ben Simmons, if I'm telling you Ben Simmons is right here listening to me right now, I say, look, Ben, the two things you need to be doing is seeing a sports psychologist, and he needs to be in the gym. He needs to be doing those things first and foremost. I'd say only, but really he should just stay there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I had a lot of questions, especially the way he disappeared, you know, in the fourth quarter at that point where he was just afraid to have the ball in his hands. And I don't think no play summed it up more for me than the play game 7. It was a turning point of the game. He had the ball right under the basket. It was nothing but a dunk away. And he goes and throws it over somewhere. It ends up being a miss. And then Trey ended up hitting the 3 on the other side, man. So I can't do the disappearing act, man. You know, Philadelphia has had winning teams before. Allen Iverson took that team to the finals, and you had what you had there. You had a star player that was playing at this high level. We have that with Joel Embiid, right? We got some other key pieces, but one thing about that team, not one person was scared to shoot, to ball, to do what they got to do. Because what you want when the team is when it's crunch time, you want a player to step up in those moments, not get small or disappear in those moments. So yeah, we got some major problems. Trading them is a problem though because now the whole trade value for them looks terrible. Everybody's devaluing them, trying to shortchange them. What I've been hearing the last couple of days is ridiculous. So I wouldn't trade him under these conditions if we're going to be lowballing him out here because we already know what he is. He has an all-world skill set. We're talking about an all-NBA defender. We're talking about a dude that's 6'10" with crazy ball handling. You want to label him a point guard? I don't know about that. You want to label him a power forward? I don't know. What he labels, he fits. But there are some holes in this game, and there's definitely some things he could do to fix them. But first and foremost, he needs to fix this right here.
No, that's a fact, man. I mean, that's the first time I've seen in the NBA, right, on a big stage where a guy is going through anxiety and he's just scared. You know, you see that in youth sports. You see that at AAU level. A guy misses a couple shots and he gets cold and he doesn't want the ball in his hands. Yeah, that last shot, like you talked about, when he passed to Matisse, he was just scared. He didn't even consider that. You know, I'm right under the rim. The only thought in his mind was the best play right now is for me not to get fouled, and that's what he did. He gave the ball up. But I do think he's done in Philly. I don't care what the trade value is. You have to get him out of there because when your teammates start talking out against you, Doc isn't going anywhere. I think Doc has, 3-4 years left in his contract? Doc isn't going anywhere. When your coach is questioning you in the media, and Embiid is saying, that play was the turning point. That means that those guys have already kind of given up on you. And for me, that kind of alludes to the type of guy you are off the court. So if you're hearing rumblings about him not working, it could be something to it because guys don't just throw guys under the bus, and when you start doing that, that just lets me know that, all right, this has been brewing for a long time.
What you're saying is actually spot on, T, and I'd like to add to that since we just throwing things onto the Ben Simmons train. So I've also heard some other things about him. You know what I'm saying? I heard he's been baby. He's surrounded by nothing but family members. You know what I'm saying? He's don't listen to nobody. He just do his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know how coachable he is in that sense. And that's a problem, man. Hopefully being embarrassed on a major stage will make you reconsider your stance and shit. But, I don't know, man. We were basically playing 4-on-5 in most of the key moments of the games.